right, I'm going to try to do this outside. It's beautiful out right now. Remy is taking a nap and Easton is with my husband. So we're going to see about this. I'm going to do the empty pot. This was a story that was a read aloud with a link earlier this week, but it's always good to reread a story, so I'm going to read it to you now. A long time ago in China, there was a boy named Ping who loved flowers. Anything he planted burst into bloom. Up came flowers, bushes, and even big fruit trees, as if by magic. Everyone in the kingdom loved flowers too. They planted them everywhere, and the air smelled like perfume. The emperor loved birds and animals, but flowers most of all, and he tended his own garden every day. But the emperor was very old. He needed to choose a successor to the throne, so someone who would take over his job when he was done. Who would be his successor, and how would the emperor choose? Because the emperor loved flowers so much, he decided to let the flowers choose. The next day, a proclamation was issued. All the children in the land were to come to the palace. There, they would be given special flower seeds by the emperor. "Whoever can show me their best in a year's time," he said, "will succeed me to the throne." This news created great excitement throughout the land. Children from all over the country swarmed to the palace to get their flower seeds. All the parents wanted their children to be chosen emperor, and all the children hoped they would be chosen too. When Ping received his seed from the emperor, he was the happiest child of all. He was sure he could grow the most beautiful flower. Ping filled a flower pot with rich soil. He planted the seed in it very carefully. Think about what else you need in order to grow plants. We were just learning about this before you started learning at home. He watered it every day. He couldn't wait to see it sprout, grow, and blossom into a beautiful flower. Day after day passed, but nothing grew in his pot. Think about what through line Ping is, and also who the Chinese emperor, what through line he might be as well. Ping was very worried. He put new soil into a bigger pot. Then he transferred the seed into the rich black soil. Do you think that's going to help? Another 2 months he waited. Still, nothing happened. 2 months. It's a long time to wait for something to sprout. By and by, the whole year passed. How do you think he's feeling right now? What kinds of thoughts might be coming into his head? Spring came, and all the children put on their best clothes to greet the emperor. They rushed to the palace with their beautiful flowers, eagerly hoping to be chosen. Look at all those beautiful flowers. Ping was ashamed of his empty pot. He thought the other children would laugh at him because for once he couldn't get a flower to grow. His clever friend ran by, holding a great big plant. "Ping," he said, "you're not really going to the emperor with an empty pot, are you? Couldn't you grow a great big flower like mine?" "I've grown lots of flowers better than yours," Ping said. "It's just this seed just won't grow." Ping's father overheard this and said, "You did your best, and your best is good enough to present to the emperor." I love that, because we talk at school about how I don't need perfect. Your parents don't need perfect. Your best might be different than the next person's best, but what God wants from us is just to make sure we're doing everything to his glory and honor. Holding the empty pot in his hands, Ping went straight away to the palace. The emperor was looking at the flowers slowly, one by one. How beautiful all the flowers were! But the emperor was frowning and did not say a word. Finally, he came to Ping. Ping hung his head in shame, expecting to be punished. The emperor asked him, "Why did you bring me an empty pot?" About how Ping is going to explain this. Ping started to cry and replied, "I planted the seed you gave me, and I watered it every day, but it didn't sprout. I put it in a better pot with better soil, but still it didn't sprout. I tended it all year long, but nothing grew. So today I had to bring an empty pot without a flower. It was the best I could do." When the emperor heard these words, a smile slowly spread over his face, and he put his arm around Ping. Then he exclaimed to one and all, "I have found him! I have found the one person worthy of being emperor. Where you got your seeds from, I do not know. For the seeds I gave you had all been cooked, so it was impossible for any of them to grow." Oh, so what does that mean of all the rest of the people? Did they use the seed that the emperor gave them, or what did they choose to do? I admire Ping's great courage to appear before me with the empty truth, and now I reward him with my entire kingdom and make him emperor of all the land. So even though Ping thought he failed, he was the only one that was honest, that was trustworthy. So the emperor knows that he can trust him with his kingdom. Hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you're able to get outside in between all of the rain showers and be creation enjoyers out there. All right, see you later. Have a great weekend.